All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this big ball of rock. This is Insane Rhetoric. And how you doing today, everybody? We have the She Shed episode starting today on Insane Rhetoric. And our host, Ice, is coming to you from the H-Town. What's up, Ice? How you doing, mama?
How you doing, Red Dragon?
I
Good
am
morning, y'all. How y'all doing? How y'all
Hey.
doing? Okay, so yo, I decided that we should have some shows that come from the She Shed, and so we have Red Dragon being my co-host today because Fire can't be my co-host while we in the She Shed because um he's a she.
Yes, he got a little bit too
I
much
mean, I'm
testosterone.
sorry, I mixed that up. Not he's a she, he's a he. And I'm a she, so we can't have the Red Dragon on the female panel. I mean, we can't have a Fire on the female panel.
Yeah.
So we on here talking. We gonna dish the girls. We gonna dish girl stuff coming from the She Shed. How you do? How you doing? How you doing, Red Dragon?
Uh, I'm making it. It was quite a morning. It was quite a morning. It was quite a morning.
Yeah,
I got my
yeah.
tea. I'm good.
Okay, so okay, so I got a question for you real quick before we bring our guests in. We got some other guests. Okay,
Oh
they in the
yeah.
green room, but hold on. So I got a question for you. Like of women today, like like celebrity women,
Uh-huh.
which one stands out the most to you, and why?
Michelle Obama.
Okay.
Oh, I can't wait to tell you why.
Okay.
Okay. When First Lady was in office, she was on it. It was just like, you know how you are when you go get your corporate job and you Black. Okay, you use your white voice, you dressed up, you all about business. Well, her elegance, the way she held herself was, she was on the job 24/7, right? As soon as they left office, it was like, I'm Michelle A. I'm Mrs. Obama. I'm Mrs. O. When she broke out with them Balenciagas, I was like, "Gone, girl. Okay, no diss J. Crew. Okay." But I was so glad she let her hair down, and she just so cool. Her persona. I mean, she with Obama. They from Chicago. They from the Chi-Town. And it's like you could see all of that. You can see all the shy coming out. Soon as she got out of office, she kind of like relaxed a little bit. And not to say she wasn't relatable before then, but man, is she ever relatable now? That's what sticks out most.
Yeah. Mine is Debbie Allen.
Oh, do tell. Why?
Well, because so first of all, their families and my family, we attended the same church. So she was one of those older girls that, I always kind of looked up to. But then she became a dancer, so that was a reason for me to look. But also like just her um philanthropy and all the different things she can do and the versatility and the intelligence from someone that people assume people assume dancers don't have a brain in their body. And so it's like she's cool, she's down to earth, she's fun, but she's smart and can really get things done on a lot of different levels. So yeah, that's mine. I like Oprah too though.
Oprah, I'm on the fence about Oprah.
I like Oprah.
I'm on the fence about Oprah.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
I really, this is what I dig about Oprah. What I dig about Oprah is I don't even know if how big. I think her town had what, like 3 people in it. I mean, she came from a really small southern town, okay?
Uh,
And she came from nada. And then the way she worked her way up is one thing, because a lot of Black women do. But along the way, how she adjusted herself so that she can keep going. And then when she reached a certain level, then it was like she wasn't just little old Oprah no more. I mean, she up here with Donald Trump, Bill Gates. She up here with the 1%, the elite. And she holding her own, baby. And it's like, is Oprah still Black? Is Oprah
See, there you go with that mess again. There you go.
Not be, and I say this, and I say it not to say that her sense of being able to identify as African American, or she just done sold out. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, as you elevate, right, certain parts of you gotta fall off. You gotta shed your skin, right? So you got to, in order to grow, to become a higher version of yourself. And usually that's somewhat unrecognizable from where you started. That's what I mean. So it's like, damn, who is Oprah? Like, should she have changed her name? Like, she ain't really Oprah no more, because this woman owns air. Like, she owns.
And what's wrong with that?
Air. Because you only attribute that kind of wealth and dominance to to Caucasians, or the 1%.
So why? So she changed the narrative, and
no. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I'm on the fence, because at a certain, some people are willing to just sell a soul for whatever because they want it so bad. Some people can stay grounded and not be fazed by that, and still be a whole person, intact morally, and still be able to conquer what Oprah is doing. So that's why I said sometimes I kind of wonder, when you do get that far up to the point where you can own air, it kind of makes you wonder, what have your intentions changed? Are your standing as far as community, people, from where you came from? Does that perspective change? When you get so far up in the air, does that really change who you are morally? That's where I'm at with Oprah. I'm just wondering. I'm not dissing what she's done, because hey, she up there. She's giving all of us something to be proud of, and to set goals for. But there's a flip to everything, and I can't help but be the conspiracy theorist in me. Can't help but be all like,
There you go. Anyway, let's bring our guests in, y'all. We got some guests we got some other panel guests. We're gonna bring them in now.
Yeah, y'all don't want my weird butt talking too much.
They used to you talking too much. Our listeners already used to you talking too much.
Okay. I done broke them in for you.
All right, so we have joining us Grace be with you. How you doing, Grace?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great.
Tell our listeners a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am Grace Jones, as known as Grace be with you. I am a poet. I am a writer. I am a birth worker. I'm a creator. I am a healer. And I'm just glad to be here on the Reddit show today to talk about this topic, overturn of the Roe versus Wade.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. Yeah. And we also have Nubian Scripts. Nubian Scripts, tell us about yourself.
I am an artist. I like to write. I like to sing. I'm a mother. I have kids. And I believe in the sisterhood. So I love my sisters. I represent for us. And you guys are who I stand for, especially the babies. So yeah, I'm a cosmetologist too. So
okay,
girl.
I got these hands.
Hence
I
the
need you to
slang.
do my hair.
I know,
Okay,
right? Can you
okay.
I'll be
These are
Yes.
fishtails, and I just had these braided up. But yeah,
Yes.
here's the sleigh.
do,
Yes.
Okay.
do I need
Yes.
to make a trip?
Yes.
Make
Absolutely.
She got me
come get
looking
my hair
pretty and
did.
cool.
Can I get my hair did?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Come up here so she can jab your wig. Come get your wig jabbed here. Come on.
That's right. I ain't that heavy handed though. But yeah.
But I'm not tender headed though.
I got the soft hands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Girl,
ladies,
them
I
blessed if
am
she can make all this look gorgeous. Okay.
okay.
Represent, girl.
Okay, so listen, y'all. Now listen, I done started listening to us on the show, so I'm trying to silence us. I started listening to us on the show, and I'm trying to silence us. So can y'all hear yourselves?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
I'm trying to. So just so you all know, when we do the show, from Insane Rhetoric, like I always watch so I can see what you see, but normally I would have already turned my volume down. But anyway, so let's get started. So so here in Texas, our governor in September last year decided that he was going to ban abortion in Texas. So you can't get an abortion after 6 weeks. You cannot even get an emergency abortion. You cannot, there's no rape exception. And I was hot. So we did a show
Absolutely.
we did a show on it. You know, Red Dragon always breaking it down for me. She always telling me how I break down the facts, and I pulled some facts out on that show. Like I took it all the way back to how not just even being a Black woman, but just being a woman, period. Our lives are always directed by some fat cat white boy with a cigar somewhere in a boardroom telling us who we are, why we are, what we can become. And it's usually that we can't become anything. And then too, as Black women, like I brought up on that show, we're always very much in the mix. We're very much a part of the changes that take place. But like, as I brought up in that particular episode, here we were part of women's suffrage, but we still couldn't vote. What's that about? Right? So I wanted us to be able to talk about it from a female perspective. Now we have the Supreme Court overturning Roe versus Wade. We have states following Texas, you know, in line, like Florida and, you know, all these different states saying, yeah, we're going to ban abortion too. We had states that were waiting for Roe versus Wade to be overturned, and they had trigger amendments. Like, okay, if it is overturned, then immediately on this day, this law will go into effect.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
You have a few states who are like, no, we're not changing anything. And since you left it up to me as a state, I'm not changing anything.
That was Kansas, wasn't it?
Kansas is one of them.
Yes. I am so glad they showed up and showed out. I was so proud of that.
But not here in St. Louis, though. It's the same exact outcome as where are you located?
Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. Okay. So the same outcome that your governor decided on is the same exact thing that's happening right now, right today in St. Louis. You know, so yeah.
And it just makes me mad because he even further, when he was questioned about it, he, you know, the reporter, somebody said, well, okay, but what about the emergency thing. He was like, no, we, mm-mm. So then they said, okay, but what about the rape exception? She didn't ask for that
Exactly.
pregnancy,
Mhm.
right? And he goes, well, it'll be okay because we're going to eradicate rape in Texas.
How can
How
you
you
how
gonna
can you eradicate?
I'm
I
sorry.
just don't want to say nothing. It's just
Like,
it's
like,
devastating.
It's
You see what-
disrespectful. It's very disrespectful.
yeah, it's super disrespectful. So that's why now you see the history behind why I wanted, a group of women to talk about this thing. And we come from different backgrounds. So if you heard that episode, you know that my choice was to have 3 natural births. Okay. I only used epidural with one of them.
Ooh.
Okay. So 3 natural births. Push, right?
It was just that easy for you. Okay.
No.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I make it look good.
Right. All because of a man named Adam lied. He was standing right next to me in the Garden of Eden.
Now look, don't blame it all on Adam. Just
Look, it's his
because
fault. Let me
he
tell you
wasn't
why. Let me tell you why. It's
just
his
because he was
fault.
kind of
He was
slow up
standing
here.
right next to me. Go read the Bible. He was standing right next to me in the Garden of Eden. It didn't say she walked over to the other side of the garden and said, here, baby, eat this apple. She turned to him. He was standing right beside her.
Mhm.
She turned to him and said, baby, eat some of this apple. Listen, he's supposed to have dominion over everything. And he didn't say, nah, baby, we can't eat that apple because we
Right. He could have knocked it from her. Get that out.
And he was too busy looking at her peach when she turned around with that apple and then saw them mangoes, and there you go. That's why
Right.
men ain't that fast. They don't catch up that quick,
That's
and
what
we
I'm saying, but
outgrow
he
them
was-
mentally.
she done got the credit for this. Now she got birth pains and she got a cramp and she got a monthly cycle and
Now
she got a bloody mess every month because
but look, it ain't all her fault now. Don't put it all on Eve.
that's what I'm
She
saying. It
was
ain't all her
deceived too,
fault.
even though she was deceived. Don't get me
So
started.
that's what I'm saying.
Hey,
Throughout time, we've taken
The funny part about that whole story is God had that all planned. Like it wasn't nothing by mistake.
yeah, we had to wake up sooner or later and figure it out.
See,
Girl,
see, he knew he was gonna say it was her fault.
God
he was gonna say,
"Ugh."
I'm putting you out, and this what you gonna do.
Like,
You're gonna make children. That's your punishment. You're gonna make children, and it's gonna be
Yeah.
a pain.
he was
that's
like,
the
"Look,
only way
Heifer,
they can get her.
Look, Heifer, since you just
That's the
okay,
only
I
way
got
they
something for you." Then he turned to Adam, nigga, nigga. Okay, since you want to be slow, this was gonna happen to you. Both y'all get the hell out of my yard, okay? No goodies for y'all. Y'all listen. Now you got to figure it out for yourself. Call me when you need.
Hell no.
that was what we
That's
think about
exactly
that.
how I went too. Exactly like what you said.
Like that. What we think about that? You see what I mean?
I
Like,
know.
let's talk about the fact that men tell us what to do with our bodies. I chose to have 3 natural births, but that's not that that's not to say that I didn't think about perhaps aborting, based on my story, right? I could have aborted, but for me, the choice was to have birth, to give birth.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get raped. Okay, that's another show we'll talk about another time. I've been raped, but I didn't get raped to get a baby. Okay. So, but what about the woman who decides that? Huh?
I'm all for the people who's like pro-life, you know, you don't supposed to kill the babies and they love the babies and it's all for good. You know, I love that part about the aspect, but as to say, no, you can't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, don't take nothing from her. Like, or you
Right.
want to let her take something from you? Like, what? So men have to get vasectomies then. How about that?
There you
After
go.
your,
Right.
you know,
Why
is that how you want to
why
go
can't
under
they
the
go
knife?
ahead on
Like, is that how you feel?
why can't they go ahead on and put it in production, this male after morning pill? Why can't they go ahead on and put that in
Yeah.
production?
Go and
Like-
get it together. Like, let it be a choice.
Yeah.
And that's y'all, I swear, when this went down, I posted on IG and I was like, I had a picture of me and my oldest, who is now 35.
Mhm.
And I posted a picture of me and her together, and that was the caption. You know, thank goodness I had a choice to be pro-life,
Mm.
or I would not have had this ride or die chick right here that I got right here, right?
Right.
I had the choice. That's what I liked about Roe versus Wade, was that I had the choice to do what I wished to do. I had the choice to have 3 natural births. That was my choice. That was my joy. That was my love. That's what I wanted to do. But what was good for me is not always what's good for everybody else. My
Right.
Christian beliefs and morals and mores might not be what you think.
Right.
I mean, just in different denominations. I'm Episcopalian.
Well,
What
I
exactly is
have
that?
like I really don't think people are looking at the bigger picture. I don't think they're looking at the other aspects of having a choice or not having a choice of having a child. Because I'm gonna say this: what about a woman, the woman that's being raped, right? That woman that's being raped. What about that little girl, that 14-year-old little girl? She's being raped by her brother, her father, her neighbor, her uncle. You know, she would have to go through trauma, and she would have to be broken because now her predator got her pregnant. You see what I'm saying? I think people are only looking at the fact of someone being irresponsible for having one night of wild sex. Now you're pregnant. Now you decide, now you want to go get an abortion because you don't even know this person's name, you know, just because you want to have fun that night. And people do it all the time,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know. And I just think that it's a bunch of bullshit. That's what I think. I think it's a bunch of bullshit because we're going to be looking at a lot of dead bodies. We're going to be seeing dead fetuses everywhere. What they're called, the not the nursing homes, but the foster homes. The foster homes. And they're going to be so packed and over full. People going to be leaving their babies on the street. You know, it's like people not looking at the bigger picture.
But
what about that
is,
woman? I'm gonna say this. What about that woman? She's pregnant, right? Her baby end up dying inside of her. So now she got a dead fetus inside of her. So you know what's gonna happen? She gonna end up being sepsis, right? And she gonna end up dying too because she can't have an abortion. She can't. They're gonna tell her she's gonna have to have that baby because she can't get an abortion. Not here in St. Louis.
Not here
now
in
she
Texas
can go
either.
somewhere else, but not here.
So
it's just
start jumping the border, running to Mexico.
Man,
go
it's
ahead,
so
Nubian.
messed up.
Let
And
Nubian
we
say something.
stay in America.
The thing about the abortion situation, you know, it's on so many levels, Grace. I totally agree with you because we do have some females this day who claim that they don't believe in birth control. So they go
They
have
get an
sex and then
abortion.
they
That's their
get
birth
pregnant
control method
and they go get an abortion, and they do this how
all the
many
time.
times out the year? I can't even tell you. So the term abortion, like I said, it's on so many levels because it also represents genocide. And
Yes.
then speaking of rape, we have a history of being molested in the African American community, being molested by our relatives, and not just
Exactly.
in our community, but in other communities. Girls are victim to the men who they try to trust. So it's difficult because, like you said, we're going to be seeing dead bodies. And sadly, without the abortion, or not only the abortion, but other things that's going on, especially medications and vaccines and viruses created by man's hands, killing off, individuals who could possibly be a great resource and have a great purpose in this world, but their lives are being taken short because of just another product of human life being taken like it has no purpose at all. So this term abortion is, even though it's a huge type of situation, I believe that we will, as inventors, we will come up with something. I believe that something great will happen out of this because we are inventors and we know how to do things, and we know how to do things and make it legal. So I just
Absolutely.
want
Absolutely.
to speak that into the
Absolutely.
atmosphere and allow that to manifest. That us Black women, we are inventors. We create things, So Black people,
Hmm.
period, the ironing board amongst, small things to big things. So I just believe that God has a purpose. There's only so much that man can do, and although it's very disrespectful to try to take our rights away, to try to tell us what we can and cannot do, we always rise above. So I don't be worried. I really don't be worried.
So one of our listeners, this is one of their comments. If your mother was raped by her attacker, your mother was raped by her attacker and did not have you because she aborted you, what do you feel about that concept? That
I
was
feel
the
good.
son.
I feel good. I feel great.
She did not have you because she aborted you, because you
I will feel great because that is something that my mom will have to carry on for the rest of her life, being broken and looking at me as her child, looking at me in my face. And now I'm a product of her predator. That is sad for her to live her life like that. She'll have more kids. Like I will be good. I'm going back to the universe. I'll be fine. I'll be back, but not in her time, in her lifetime, but in someone else's, So I wouldn't feel no type of way about that. I would feel like my mother, what I'm saying, she needs to be happy. Everyone, I want everybody to be happy. Everybody needs to strive to be happy. I wouldn't want her to carry on that burden for the rest of her life.
Can I
That's what
speak
I gotta say.
on that? My oldest son is a rape child. My oldest son is a rape baby, and he's mixed. So he's going through, and he does
what
have
he
an
mixed with?
he's white
Peanuts,
and black.
chestnuts.
White. I'm sorry, white. He's
Oh,
white.
he's biracial.
Yeah, he's biracial.
Oh, okay.
So he's going through this identity crisis, trying to figure out who he is, and because he doesn't have this connection with his dad, that's one social issue, okay, and that's a mental issue, okay. Uh, I did. I was in college. I had just gotten out the house. I didn't want this child. I look, I had a body. I ain't have no fat. I'm trying to get going to college. I'm trying to get out the house. One thing my mother told me, you have a choice. You have a choice. And what I want to tell you is this. This is a life that did not ask to be here. Given the circumstances that he was brought, I understand how you feel. But take into consideration, if you go and terminate this child could have been a cure for this, it could have been this, it could have been, you are taking that out. I said, well, mama, I don't want to sit here and have a child by somebody that raped me either, because personally, what if I look at that child and take all my hatred out on that child? It would
Exactly.
not be fair to that child because of my mental illness with this situation. And then now the child who didn't ask to be here has to endure abuse from me. So then she had a solution. She said, have the child and give it up for adoption. There are so many other people who cannot have children and would love to love on something that you are willing to give away. She said, and when you do, this is the scary part. This is what makes my mom a mom. She said, when you do, I'm going to adopt it. And I'm going to raise it and give it all the love you said you couldn't give or you refused to give. But there's only one thing. I'm going to beat your ass, you ever call yourself a mother, if you try to comfort.
Wow.
And that was something.
That's a good mother.
That was something that at first I took offense. What did you do? But as a mother, it starts before the baby gets here. Our bodies are going through changes already. By the time we found out we're pregnant, our body has already adjusted to the fact that we're giving life, we're nurturing life. So motherhood is kicking in. For some of us, it just don't. Okay. Some of us has no maternal instinct at all. Shouldn't be having kids at all. I get it. But the choice to say, I'm going to carry this baby where I was violated. It could have been in a violent way. It could have been molestation. It could have been consensual, but I didn't really want it. I had a choice either way. And I chose to have that child, chose to have my oldest son. And let's not forget, children are individuals. So that very son came back and asked me, why didn't you just have an abortion? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? And so I want to say, when we go out, because we see all these options, and sometimes we don't think clearly all the way through how this is not going to impact us, but how it's going to have a lasting effect on those around us. So to carry a rape baby full term and to have it, I took one look at that little bitty, bright, little bitty, white little boy and fell in love. And to this day, he my ride or die. And I think back and I think about how much freer and more opportunity I would have had I had that abortion. I probably would be a lot further along than I am now. But I have a younger son who I'm married. I'm married his daddy. And I got pregnant. My oldest son is 13 years apart. Did I want that child? I'm going to be quite honest. I did not want my second child either. Didn't. And I'm married. Didn't want it. Because I'm like,
why you didn't want it? Why you didn't want it?
Because I had been through so much in my life. At that point, I just wanted me. I just wanted me time. I ain't want to try to sacrifice my body, my mind, my spirit, but not nobody but me.
A selfish moment.
Exactly. So I was like, I didn't want this. I did not. And then my body just lost weight and got my body back after having it, girl. You know. But
I noticed how we all smiled on that.
After a while, though, I'm telling you, my little chocolate baby came. And that was a high-risk pregnancy. And that was another thing, because them white nurses, yeah, they didn't care about nothing. They turned on the induction stuff so high. This is why I wish I had a natural birth.
This is
turn it on so high, the doctor had to run. And this old white lady was kicking. She had to run down the hall. And homegirl did a dive, first home plate dive to catch my baby as he was coming out. Almost hit the floor because these bitches turned up the juice to induce my labor. And
So
I had it in the hospital where they have no idea, they're learning. So African American women, we catching it from all aspects.
Yes.
You can't go to the hospital
Absolutely.
because they don't understand our
but,
bodies.
okay,
They
so
don't.
one of
I
our
only got
listeners,
people trying to dictate what to do with our bodies, and then we as one are trying to figure out anyway what the fuck is going on with us because either we lack the education or support.
Exactly. That's where it's at, Red
okay, so
Dragon.
one of our listeners says, what about the time that there was no Roe versus Wade? Was it still a choice? Was it still
Yeah,
a
women were
choice?
still having kids and abandoning them. You look at The Color Purple, Suge Avery. How many kids did Suge have?
Sugar.
Didn't nobody know how many kids the woman had. She done popped out these kids and then
And that's the good thing about, you know, days back then, because kids were way more
I don't know the
wise
words.
and sheltered back then. So those kids, they were loved. Like now we have to worry about orphanages. Like those kids, half those orphanages aren't treating those babies right. You know,
They're not.
so you know, abortion is not good. You know, it probably have been some deaths coming out of abortions. You
Yes.
know,
So that's what I agree with y'all. So pre-Roe versus Wade, yes, it was still choices. I mean, you always have choices. And at that time, the choice was, do I keep this baby or do I go to the back alley and let the witch doctor
Exactly.
stick a hanger up
That's
me?
another thing.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought
Right.
that up.
Now
sorry to
that has
interrupt you.
changed. No,
Yeah.
now it has changed to where maybe they won't be going up the street to the witch doctor to stick a hanger up there, but maybe now they got the money to fly to the Dominican to get it. Or maybe
Or
now they
cross
got the
the
money
border
to
and go to
fly to
Mexico.
Kansas
Or oh, there you go. Take
to
a
get it.
bus load. Let's
But
go.
who in the Black and brown community have money to fly to those places?
And
So
the real-
that's
and
where
the
it comes
real
in at, where it's going to be a lot of dead babies. It's going to be a lot of dead women, because now
Yeah.
she went to go get a backdoor abortion, and now she done got an infection. You know what I'm saying?
Or
It's so
killed
much
herself
to
in the
this.
process.
It's
I've
so
heard
much
a lot
to
of
this.
friends
because
that
they banned abortions, they will come up with some type of name in the hospital to help individuals who, you know, have some type of situation going on. Like there's too many counselors. You got us buying therapists now. So like there has to be a way for a woman to still, you know, be able to consult with her physician who's, you know, obviously prescribing some type of medication for her health, right? So her health consists of her respiratory system and her endocrine system, and you got but what about her, you know, where we conceive our babies, that our reproductive, like it's still a part of our health. So there's no way you can leave the fact that a child has been molested and she go to a doctor, hopefully she's able to get, like, how do you expect, you know, a woman to go get help? Like, do you just expect her to have these babies? Do you just expect the rape victims to just have them? Like, do you have a plan besides more viruses? You know what I'm saying? So what is the plan? Like, they want to stop abortions, but I just want to know, like, what's after that? What's after taking the abortion? Like, what else do you have?
So one of our listeners says,
Don't tell me I don't have a
of
right
them,
to go to my doctor.
so one of our listeners says a lot of these women have the money to fly to different places. Look how much money women spend on hair. That is $1 billion industry. And I do want y'all to speak to that, because it's in any community, but especially in the Black community, there's something about not spending your money properly. And what I mean by that is, spending it on the right things, right?
Financial
So
ignorance, yeah.
I'd rather go get the newest Jordans
Mhm.
and I spend $1,000 on that, but I won't spend that same $1,000 to get my DBA and have my own business and sell my own brand of Jordan.
It's education.
Like,
It's
you know,
just
like
lack of
I
education,
got
financial literacy.
I got okay. Okay, Nubian, just go with me on this for a second. Just go with me. It's no shade, I promise. Just go with me on the thought. Okay. I'm gonna spend and I'm gonna pay a person like Nubian who got that hair tight down. I'm serious. I was just thinking about a hair person to travel with me. I was like, who can I get to be a hair person to travel with me? So I do my hair because I'm not a hair girl, right? Okay. So listen. So I'm gonna pay you. Woohoo! I'm gonna pay you because I want it tight. I want it tight. Okay. I'm gonna pay you for that skill. I love it. And I gotta buy the hair or whatever. I gotta pay you enough to get the hair for me, whatever that look like. Okay. And that's all fine and dandy, but I ain't doing nothing but getting that hair so I can go to the club. See me, before I pay you, I know you know what my hairstylist is. She at the wig shop.
Mm.
And I pay, I pay $100. Give me a human hair. Whew! And I'm Denise today.
Okay.
Right. And so then the rest of that $1,000, that $900, it's
Go
going
eat
back
it.
into my dance company, or it's going into, like this is what I'm talking about as far as women have so much power in their words, in their brains, like you were talking earlier about Black women being inventors, like, the Hidden Figures in NASA, that movie. You have so many Black women, Madam C.J. Walker, like you got all these women, Black women who can turn it up, right? But, I'd rather go spend my money on my man that's sitting on my couch. He ain't got no job.
That person that said that about women and their hair. Okay, sir, or ma'am, or sis, or bis, or however you identify. You do know that there is cheap hair too, right? Because there are
still
some
$1 million. It's still $1 billion industry.
Exactly. They getting that money either way, because there are women that can afford to drop $500 and go get their hair done, slayed, and whatever, and it's just hair.
And we have to look
there
good
is
for.
some.
Let her say what she got to say, Red Dragon. Let her say it. Let her answer you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We have to do all these things because we have to fit into their society. So we have to spend money on our hair to come to work so we can look good and look presentable. Otherwise, what? Are we gonna get hired, or are you gonna say something because I'm wearing my afro? So I have to spend money to do these type of things. So, but me having an abortion, me paying for an abortion, like that's two different things. Because now, for one, how did this? Why do I need one? That's number one. Why? And at this point, where can I go? And what's the cheapest? And the government helping me, because the government helps some people, if they don't have at this point. So they're paying for it. So we spend our money based on this society because we having too many kids to take care of because we can't afford them. You know what I'm saying?
So listen to what this viewer said. A woman can be pregnant at the beginning of the year and get $10,000 for their kids. The earned income or whatever that is you get back for your kids.
Yeah, the earned income.
Okay. So she got $10,000 at the beginning of the year and she's pregnant. Right. Then in 6 months, she's broke. Cause
That's
you know,
because she don't have.
listen,
She
I'm a
don't have.
teacher, but I'm a teacher. I know. Let me tell y'all something.
Mhm,
I work in an underserved school, right?
mhm.
And if I tell you we knew when it was tax time, cause these kids would be dressed a certain way, and
Mhm.
tax time would come, and we'd be like, "You got something new?" They was like, "Yeah, my mama took. You got your hair fixed? Yeah, my mama. You got a new chain on? Yeah, my mama." That's what mama spent that $10,000 tax money on. She didn't go start her business. She bought all that stuff. So now 6 months later, she broke, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, on top of them utilities to keep them lights on and that food for them
Yeah,
babies.
because
So.
she was behind. She was behind,
Mhm,
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I used the term the other day. Red Dragon started laughing because I talked about a low rent bitch. Oops. Oops.
Oh,
I love you. So, okay, listen, y'all. Y'all know if y'all say something, I'm by the way,
Oh,
like,
God.
subscribe, follow. Y'all know if y'all say something to me, I'm gonna say shut up. However, I love y'all, but you know, some of y'all know y'all low rent bitches. And you
hey,
could be a low rent bitch living in a low rent place, but you don't have to be there mentally, is my
thank
point.
you. Yes,
Okay.
because I was
So
just getting ready to say it's some people that you can
Grace
look
over there
down
laughing at me.
on, and you be up there like this bitch on Section 8 fucking on the front room floor. Yeah, but you know why? Because she done saved up them pennies, got an LLC in the works, and she ain't bought no fucking furniture because she invested the shit in stocks on Cash App. Now,
There you go.
you
I'm just
sitting
saying
up
she
here
invest.
with
Maybe she went
4
somewhere. Let's hope
degrees.
it wasn't Cash App, but
Right, you're
she went
right. But you
somewhere.
sitting up here with 4 degrees, got a good ass job, making $70,000 a
And you
year,
would still be a
but you
low
ain't
rent
got
bitch.
time to do shit but talk about low rent bitch over here because she
Okay.
getting it in a way that you not comfortable with. But you sitting up here on your throne with all your fucked up credit because you like to go to Nordstrom's because you can. There's a big difference.
Well, this is what
Yeah,
the viewer was
don't
saying.
everybody.
Was this person who's
Yeah.
pregnant and then gets this $10,000 stipend, then 6 months later they
It's
are broke.
right. That was like I said,
But
it's all
they're the
about
ones who's saying no abortion.
that's what I'm saying. It's about literacy. If you are not, when you know better, you do better. And I'm sorry, but we are our community, we have people that just don't want to learn. They don't care. They're fine with just getting by. Don't tell them nothing. You think you know everything? Nah, this fine. You fortunately,
Girl,
you
what you eating
have
over there?
a
You eating some greens
majority
over
of
there? That look like greens.
girl. Look, let me tell you, I got friends at every level. Okay, and I
You
talk
didn't
about all
share.
of them. I'm talking about her all.
You didn't
But
share.
I'm just saying that
You're
you
not,
guys
like we tell the little kids, you're not being a good friend. You didn't share.
like, follow, share, and
You didn't
subscribe to
share
this
with the
because we
you
get
didn't
lit,
share with
y'all.
the group. She over there, look, nice macaroni and cheese. Like what?
But no,
You got some
I'm
soul
just
food
it's
going on over
about
there. Is it lunchtime?
literacy.
Like what?
Sometimes if you don't know, you tend to go through life and that's how you behave. But then when you know a little better, you want to do more because you want to do better about yourself. Unfortunately, some people are just content with not being shit. And I think that attitude does flow over to how a lot of women will go out and treat this very important issue because not only now are we addressing a choice, we're talking about human rights, but we're also talking about health issues. We're also talking about overpopulation. We're talking about more dysfunction in the home.
How
We're
is it
talking about
ever?
all of this going
I hate that word.
as a
Let her
jump
answer
off.
you. Let her answer you.
I hate that word overpopulation. Like all this earth that, like, what you mean overpopulated? Because
Well,
we
okay,
not allowed to use none. How is it overpopulated?
okay.
It's not
In
overpopulated.
in China, over in Asia, okay, the population just in that is alone is over 1 billion people. Then you come over here to water. I think over here on this side we are just under 1 million.
Let's just
So,
clarify that it's only overpopulated because this government system only allows so much of the earth to be utilized with, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing is free. So how is there a thing of overpopulation when you got so much of the earth not being utilized? It's bought, people own it, rich people own it, but don't nobody live over there.
So our
because
listener says
oh,
this is a slavery mindset. And we
what
talk
is?
about that a lot
I agree.
on Insane Rhetoric.
It's,
We talk a lot about that.
I
And they
think
were
it's
like, you have a slavery mindset. They were like, it's not about literacy, it's about the history of being slaved and not having anything. Now that you have a little bit of freedom, you don't care about unity of your people. And that's the state of mind that people are in. It's a slavery mindset. Most Planned Parenthoods are in Black communities. And I wanted to give, when she stopped eating
Oh,
macaroni and cheese.
I'm done.
Oh, okay.
It was
I
good.
wanted to give Grace an opportunity to, since she's the one who is closest to this field, I wanted her to give wanted to give her an opportunity to talk to us about that whole Planned Parenthood thing, because I know that Planned Parenthood, they do more, or they did
exactly.
more than abortions. They did tell us about how to keep our bodies, and they did give us clinic appointments to see the doctor. So
And
kind
they
of
still do. And they still do. But the main thing that they do is abortions. That's the main thing that they do
okay.
here in St. Louis. You said that you had someone that chimed in and said that it's like a mentality, a slave mentality of them, like of Black and brown people, of being in that mindset state of just not knowing and not having nothing and not uniting.
Right.
And some of that I do agree with, because we have a lot of our people that is in a slave mentality. They don't think outside the box. They only used to what they have been shown or what they have been told. So to me, you just have to unlearn to relearn, you know, and see how that goes. Because like Red Dragon said, if you know better, you do better. And
But
simply,
okay,
it's a
so
lot of people that just don't know. They don't know. So how you gonna do
ladies,
better
how
if
do
you
we
don't know
know?
to do
How do
better?
we know better to be better? Like, how do we? What do you see are some things that we can do? And I want you to. I'm gonna ask the question and then make your point first. Nubian Scripts, okay?
okay.
So let's start talking about, because you know this could be like a part two, like, because we didn't even scratch the surface of abortion, because I really wanted to have Grace like take us through that whole birthing thing and what this woman is going through, while you're talking about, you know, that versus abortion. But this may be another thing. So I wanted to just like, how do we become the solution? Because we got a whole bunch of crazy women on this bandwagon, you know, saying we need to overturn Roe versus Wade, and that still creates a place where you have people becoming hurt or dying because they are desperate. So make your first point you were gonna make, and then tell me what you think are some solutions we can do in our communities and how we can work together.
Well, the first thing that we need to start doing in our community is we need to start uniting. Like we need to, like, as women, we really are trash when it comes to other Black women. And I'm saying, I know I'm gonna make a lot of people mad or upset, but I don't care. But
Yeah.
we like,
They can go to our Real Talk page and tell us whatever they feel, and then I'm still gonna tell them to shut up, because this is my show.
okay. Well,
Okay, so make your
I
point.
feel that way because it's a lot of women, like, they're so envious of one another instead of just embracing one another, you know, and uniting with one another, you know, and that's what we mess up at. We don't have no unity, no type of togetherness. You know, it's not, and it's like, if I have information that I know that's going to help you, I'm not going to say, oh, my information costs $155. That's what's going on right now. You know, people want to charge for the information. Not saying there's something wrong with that all the time, because some information, you know,
game ain't
but
free.
I'm just saying to help, to uplift, to enlighten, because some people simply just don't know. You know,
Nubian, let Nubian Scripts talk. She was trying to talk when I was asking the question.
Oh yeah. I like this conversation right now because, you know, that's why I had when I named my podcast The Corner of Queens. See, queen, you have to have tolerance. You have to have patience. You know what I'm saying? You have to have wisdom. You have to be able to pass along a good message, encouragement. You know, so when she said like you have people at home, they don't know what to do when it comes to this, which like, I can't afford it and all this and that and the other. And unfortunately, in the Black family, you know, we are not together, like she said. So she can't run to mom, and mama said, well, you know, baby, like Sugar, like Red Dragon mama said, like, you know what? This baby gonna be loved. That's basically what she said. So it takes a family like that to say, no matter who did what to you. If Uncle John came in here, you know what? Don't do, baby, because this baby still gonna be loved. This is an individual. This baby has a purpose. God has called them her. Otherwise, because you know, you probably went without even getting pregnant. So if that's the case, and life sparked in the darkness, then there must be a purpose. But we need us as these queens who I see on this panel, you know, we have to practice ourselves with that patience, that kindness, because you know, females, they'll rub you the wrong way and you just be turned off. That's me. I'm still working on
me. She said a word.
I tell all my sisters we are queens, Black and beautiful. You know, that's my thing. So sometimes it be a little hard because, you know, that day you might be, you know, the hormones you ain't noticed, you know, you got a little soreness at the top and the bottom, you don't know, but you agitated, and that person could just rub you the wrong way, and you all for the sister. So we just have to learn how to pass the word and just try, even when that person rub you the wrong way, you can still smile. Like that smile, that putting that water on that fire, like that's what we have to learn how to do. That's the only way, you know, them trying to take something from us, trying to, oh, you can't have abortion. We don't need abortions. We don't need abortions. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all probably need to stop y'all women from running to the clinic because this guy can't have them like we can. You know what I'm saying? But they trying to, it's a condition as well. Like that slave mind, that's a condition mind. So this is just another conditioning that they're trying to worry us with. So when I tell you I'm not worried, I don't want none of my sisters to be worried about nothing that they trying to do or what they trying to call it, you know, because this is our world. They probably bought most of it with their paper dollars. But like she said, like, we don't have to charge our sisters. Okay, I can do hair, you do nails, you write, you can edit papers, you can with the business. Like, this is a buy and trade type of community. We know this. So let's recondition ourselves to what we originally used to, and that's using our hands and getting this fruit. Not the one that don't endure, shall I tell you, because that good fruit is going to last forever, and it's going to keep growing because we got to keep planting them seeds, and they're trying to take the seeds.
Well, they have historically tried to take the seed, because we talk about it a lot on this show in Oklahoma. Right. Black Wall Street in Oklahoma. A lot of Black towns that were making money investing in themselves, and then you had white people come and destroy the towns because no dollar was coming out of those Black towns, and they wanted the dollars to come into the white towns.
Everything we do, they jealous. Everything that we do, everything that we say, like, it's like they like, we can't have nothing without somebody else trying to mimic or copy.
Okay, so what y'all think about this?
Or minimize.
Abortion. This is one of the listeners. Abortion is a selfish act when it comes to women, because in most cases, they do not consider the man that they are in a relationship with, or the man that they are married to.
It
That
just
is
depends on
very
the
good
situation.
thought. That's very good.
Listen,
I think
I
that
did what I did.
Mhm.
I did what I did with regards to my children, because I don't know what you want me to do if you ain't no way around. So I'm gonna make the decision. I'm gonna make the decision that I need to make that's best for me, because and even if you're married, that man cannot be around mentally. So a lot of men get it twisted. I'm gonna go back to the Bible. Because men tell you about submission, and you supposed to submit to me, and you just supposed to do what I say. Okay, well, God had Adam and Eve walking together.
That part.
Okay, that's one. That's one, right? Now, if we go on over to the New Testament, I said a word. Wait. We go to the New Testament, there are several books there that specifically tell you what should happen in that marriage. What is the role of the woman and what is the role of the man? And submission does not mean I just roll over and die and do whatever you do, and you kick me and do whatever you say. And you could disappear and then I don't know what to do. That's not what submission means.
See, this is another topic.
That is.
It's a whole nother topic.
I got a
I'm
lot
wondering, like,
to
who
say.
wrote
I got
that
a lot
book
to say.
and where all the rules came from, and what this role playing shit and all that, where did all that come from?
But my point is that you can be in a relationship with the man and he's not available to you mentally.
Well, but there
and you
are
have
some,
to come up with the solution,
some,
because what I will tell you is that a child don't wait for you.
That's true. But what that listener was saying, I was having a conversation the other day with a male, and he brought up a good thing, and I wanted to bring it on the show because I didn't think about this. We do, as a woman, we have dominion over our own body. This is ours. When we get to talking in biblical sense or Bible sense, when you are in a marriage, okay, I ain't talking about you booed up. I ain't talking about you shot. When you are married,
she gonna say it right, because I studied this, because I was trying to be a Christian wife. I studied this. Come on, let me see what you're gonna say, because so I can pounce.
You are equal. You are supposed to be one. Okay, now that doesn't mean y'all equally yoked, because y'all are individuals. What I'm saying
is you better be equally yoked if you're gonna be in a marriage.
But that's the way it's supposed
to last.
That ain't that. Okay, we just talking. That's the guy, but that's what I'm saying. Who was that book written by? Anyway, so you're in a marriage, okay? So for whatever reason, you feel you need to abort this child. In that instance, that's not a choice solely left up to you, boo-boo. And it's not
but
hold on.
We're gonna talk about the Bible. No, you gonna hold on, because it's my show. You gonna hold on.
Let me explain.
You gonna hold on, because if we're gonna talk about the Bible,
because
girl, if you'll be quiet before I take you up over
there.
Do you want to go over there to the room?
Does it not say?
You want to go to the room because she don't want to be quiet on my show.
That when you are married, you are one.
You need to go to the waiting room because she want to talk. Look, she want to talk over me on my show. Be quiet.
I'm just trying to make my point.
Be quiet.
When you brought up the Bible, it does bring it out.
So let me tell you what the Bible say.
Okay.
The Bible says, yes, I'm paraphrasing because we ain't got that long on the show.
Right.
Okay. The Bible says that, yes, you are a couple, but the roles are very clear. The roles are very clear. The woman is in charge of everything inside that house. That includes the planting of the flowers around the house. She is in charge of all decisions in that house. The man is supposed to go outside and work. Back then, maybe he was hunting or fishing. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but he's supposed to be out there providing for the household that she is making sure is on point.
Okay.
Well, not in
Okay.
this lifetime. Not in
Now,
this lifetime.
now.
Not in
That's
America.
the Bible. That's
But
what's
when he
supposed to
comes
be.
back
America.
home, I'm telling you what the
In
Bible
Kenya,
says.
in Africa,
When he comes
These
back
conditions
home,
roles, though, these roles. That's what I'm.
when he
That's
comes
what
back
drives
home,
me crazy. This
listen
role.
to me. When he comes
Ugh.
back home, what the Bible says is that he is supposed to consider, again, God has said that this is a couple. So when he comes home, he is supposed to be considering what she has said, because she over here holding it down while he over there killing a bear.
Okay.
He's
Okay,
holding
can
it
I say
down. He's
something?
supposed
But
to
they get
consider.
Can I
pregnant
say
and she want
something?
to
Okay.
abort the baby.
What is happening is we have gotten away from that. I'm not taking anything away from what you said, Grace. I'm not taking anything from what you said, Nubian Scripts. You are
No.
correct.
this
We
this
have
is
gotten
slave
away from that.
mentality. Yes, that's slave. We have been conditioned, Americanized, because in Africa the tradition still stands. The woman is the most important. The Black people have not forgotten that over there. It's over here on the
Can I finish?
plantation. Let me just
I'm
make
not,
that
I'm
clear.
not taking anything away from you, Grace. You are absolutely right. It is not happening today because like Nubian Script said, we have been conditioned that we all just running them up.
Every man for themselves.
Right. And then when you talk about the roles, see, that's where I had a problem with the roles,
Thank
because
you.
there's no role.
Thank you.
There's
That's what I
no
was trying to
role.
say.
Like
There
there
is
is no
roles.
role.
I
know
didn't
you said
say-
that's what the Bible says.
Right.
Right. That's if you going by the Bible, that's what, but some of us are not bound to that.
But the
type of
Bible's
living.
most strong, comment is that the woman is a helpmate. Yet again, she's there together with him. So you're right in today's terms, because we don't live in exactly the way that we live in the Bible anymore. So today, in today's terms, that should translate into, well, baby, if you cook better than I do, you cook, and then I go over here and do this. Or, well, if
So
you
what
take
if
care of
one
the
day
kids
I feel
better,
like I don't want to cook?
exactly,
Then who gonna cook?
exactly.
So
But
that's
what I'm saying.
There's no
That's what I'm
role.
saying. We should take, as a couple now, we should take who's best skilled at something, and they do that. But
Good.
if you don't
So
want to
he's
cook,
home and clean, and
if
I'll
you
go
don't
kill
want to
birds.
cook, then he should be able, as you all being helpmates to each other, right? You don't want to cook today, so he got your back. Is what I'm saying.
Well, what I was trying to say was these roles is what to me is a conditioned thinking. Because what I was trying to say was, if you are in a marriage, it's not just yourself to consider. And if you're bringing a baby into this union, it's two of y'all.
That's why the husband is required to come home and to consider what she says. They are always supposed to be talking to each other.
Right, exactly. So what I'm saying is, in a marriage situation, it's not completely the choice or the decision to move forward with an abortion is not all up to the woman herself, because she has to take her husband into consideration. It's not just her. Now that's in a marriage. That's what I was trying to say before you cut me so short with that tongue of yours.
I'm gonna cut you off. I'm gonna tell you shut up. Y'all don't know why you coming on here acting like I'm not.
But that's really, I know it was taking a while, but that's really where I was trying to go. In a marriage, even though with the topic of abortion, it is a choice. It is a woman's choice. But in that aspect, we do not consider the husband still, because we're all like, it's my body, it's my body. Well, you're married, it's y'all's body now. And what if that husband wants that child? What if that husband wants you to have it? If he's
present, he's going to want it.
Well,
but don't
say that.
Can I say something?
Present mentally. Let Grace say something. Let Grace say something.
It's an illusion. Everybody happy, but there's shit under the surface.
Let Grace say something.
When you say that, sometimes there are some men who would be ecstatic to hear that their wife about to have another child. But then there are some men, they hear the wife is pregnant, and the first thing they say, damn, we got 4 already. Good, great. Well, nigga, why didn't you work?
If he's mentally present in his family, then he's part of that decision. Go, Grace, say what you had to say.
I just want to say we are the birther of all civilizations. We carry burdens and babies on our back, and we never look back to see who was watching us do it. We just did it because we knew how to do this. Okay. And of being an African woman, you know, just being an Aboriginal woman, being African descent, our bodies can naturally have an abortion or dispose of something that does not that does not electrify our spirit. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It can just naturally come out of us. That's all I want to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true. I like having y'all on here.
That's true.
Like, I don't, cause I be by myself.
You don't gotta be by yourself no more, because
I'll be holding it down for us by myself on Insane Rhetoric.
I'm loving this conversation. It's very well needed to be had because, like Nubian Script said, I'm not worried about it. But I know what's to come. I know that I'm going to see dead fetuses. I know this. I've drank this. I know that I'm going to be walking around and I'm going to be like, damn, that's a baby. You know what I'm saying? This is just a sprinkle of what's to come. This is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just a preview. Because it's gonna be.
I don't like to speak negative things into the atmosphere.
I'm not trying to speak negative things. I'm just trying to share what I feel. I'm not trying to speak negative, but I'm just trying to get people prepared and to understand that this is just only the beginning, and something needs to be done about this. Like I was saying it earlier, that us women, we need to create something for people. Like right now, like I told you all that I am a birth worker. So I'm out in the community helping Black women with their being pregnant and having their babies before and after hand, you know, and giving them information and educating on them about different things when it comes to their pregnancy, because a lot of women don't know. They go to these doctors and nurses. They're very rude and like, it's a lot that's going on. It's a lot that's going on that we need help in. And we're not going to talk about mental health. Yeah,
that's another show too. Because we talk about that a lot on Insane Rhetoric too, mental health. That's another show. But I'm gonna stop us here because I wanted to give each of you time, if you wanted to talk about yourself and all of your, you know, entrepreneurial things that you do. And also, if you want to, if you can do it impromptu, or you can remember something like right now, you can spit some words if you want, since you're poets. I'd love to hear it. What you think?
I think it's awesome.
What you think? Yes. Got something you can pull up right now and do it? Like, okay, you gotta be short though, because we ain't got much time. Oh.
Okay, I'll go.
Okay,
so,
go.
This piece right here is called Reflections. And this is one of my favorite pieces. We are all a reflection of each other's reality. Demonizing reflections of fear, projecting voices from an entity unfamiliar, but you hear the voices so clear. Looking in the mirror, searching far and near, wherever you end up, guess what? There will always be a mirror. Dancing when the wind blows, rhythm of a rattlesnake, choosing a path to move along in this wicked world of hate, a spoonful or poison from somebody else's plate of tasteful desires, creating black and white pictures. But why? When we have many colors to show, we emulate others, but why? when we have our own abilities to rise like the sun in the morning, tranquility in the sky like the gazing moon, we are connected. Our vessels to our soul have many faces of ones that went before us, setting examples to get it right in this place. One more time, we must pay homage to our ancestors and say a prayer in the memory, pour libation to the trees, for it was their blood and sacrifice that we obtained the chemistry. We obtained the properties to be free like a prisoner locked away for 15. We all have keys to unlock doors of misery. Will we not see the day when Martin Luther King said he had a dream, only to be woken up with hollow red beams pointed at me while I sleep? No more liberty, no more marching the streets, no more mantras of I can't breathe, I can't breathe, no more early goodbyes, life taken from a mother's child due to police brutality, hearing cries, hearing screams. We are all broken pieces of glass shattered in the faces of each other's reality, only to be seen as monsters and monkeys, hood rats and junkies. And I be like, pass me that blunt, please, so that I can ease my anger, put my pain to a pen and let it go on a piece of paper. That would be my weapon. That would be my transparency. It will allow me to mirror my own reflection of my own reality. That's the piece. And again, my name is Grace Jones, as known as Grace Be With You.
Where can we reach you? Where can we
You can
find
reach
you?
me. You can. I'm not really on a lot of platforms and social media like that, but I know if you go on Facebook, I have a page on there, hashtag Grace Be With You, and you can push that, and then you can see some of my pieces, my poetry on there, and then I have TikTok at Grace Be With You. I think that is Grace Be With You on TikTok, but I'm not on too many platforms. I need to get that aspect together, but that's me, Grace Be With You.
All right, up next we got
Thank you.
Nubia's Groove. And the crowd goes wild.
I am an essence of God.
Yes.
I am goddess. I humble myself in worship. I know who my God is. I am the womb that carries life for man. I am woman. I am creator, created to birth an entire civilization. What I bring into the earth already exists within the heavens. My boy, and he's so irreplaceable. My boy, soon to be teen, young Black man. Why is Black such a gloomy tale, death and demand on a Black man? His life is at stake, but Lord have mercy upon his soul, we pray. And if he shall die, his soul you take, because my Black boy was born king. Let us spread his seeds, multiply amongst the land every which and every other way. We don't die, we multiply, and we be great. Our Black boys are warriors, our foundation, our strength. Our Black boys must be taught to enhance his essence. No paper money in the world compared to how rich, color dominant, love, and skill. That Black boy is my son, my man, my father, my roots. That Black boy is incredible. That Black boy be you. And I'm going to have my Black man one way or other. I'm his Black baby, his Black mother. I'm a Black man, sexy lady. Oh, Black boy, it's the way it feels when a Black man walks in. You know that Black boy be for real. You know that Black love is for real, because that Black man don't walk, he glide. That Black boy don't run, he fly. That Black boy is so dark, he's purple. But God gave Black men the better penal. That's why I figure God must be Black. So Black, you can't even see him. That's how that piece go. And I'm Nubian Scripts. You can catch me on Anchor Podcast, The Corner of Queens, with my co-host Tanae, be having a tea. And follow me on social media at Nubian Scripts.
All right.
Okay. This is gonna be real short. I'm Red Dragon the Poet, and we gonna hit you with Motherless Child. I wish I knew why I had a purpose here, but I'm not. I'm just a motherless child. She had a choice to birth me, but she had a choice that she chose not to love me. So I'm out here trying to figure it out. I'm a motherless child and I don't know my way out. I don't know my way around. I don't know my way through it. All I know is that I'm here and I'm trying to get through it, but she doesn't want me. She doesn't love me. They told her she wasn't allowed to. So she did the best she could do and just got rid of me. So now I'm here floating in limbo, purgatory, wondering what my purpose could have been, wondering should I have been, wondering if I could have been loved. Mothering, what is that all about? I never really received that type of love. All I know is I'm out here and I'm trying to find my way. But then the powers that be took my mama's choice away. So I'm here, stuck, trying to be. I'm just a motherless child waiting to become a baby. That's that piece. I just took that off of this today's theme. There's too many motherless children out here, whether they're birth, whether they're choices. Us as women have to choose to be what we are ordained to be. And until we can do that as individuals, then the powers that be will be making choices for us. That's my stand.
And where can we find you, Red Dragon?
I am Red Dragon the Poet. I have a author's page on Facebook. I also make homemade beauty products. So you can catch me at Holistic Track Wellness on Instagram. And I'm whipping up that healing for you. My trap doors are opening soon. And I got the herbal remedy for whatever you need to balance yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually.
All right. Well, y'all know where to find me. You can find me pretty much everywhere. So like, subscribe, follow. We are on every platform. We're gonna be coming to Clubhouse soon because we got some stuff to talk about. But so you can find us at our webpage. That is Insane Rhetoric. You spell rhetoric with a K, not a C. InsaneRhetoric.com. Go to our Real Talk page, check us out, look at the She Shed, listen to my playlist. You can find us on pretty much every, other than YouTube, you can find us on pretty much every podcast place for hosting, Google, Spotify, iTunes. You can find us anywhere, so go listen. And as I always say, thank you, ladies, for coming on this show, for talking to me and us uplifting each other and our community, our Black community. Because once you uplift our Black community, you can't do anything but inject that into the rest of the community. And so I appreciate you coming on here and talking about this. I mean, this abortion thing has just been something that I am so adamant about for my girls and for my son. Him having to probably make a horrible decision about choosing between his wife and a baby she may have, because she was in a crash and abortion is not legal here. And he has to say, well, let's save the baby, because my daughter is being raped or having that same issue and not being able to make that decision. And so I have just been livid. I have been livid that I had that choice and my children do not have the choice to do whatever it is they wanted to do with their bodies. And that my being pro-life was my choice. Okay. So that's why I liked Roe versus Wade, because I had the choice to be pro-life and I had the choice to be pro-choice. I had the choice. And so I've just been living, and I thank you for coming on and sharing your views. And hopefully what I wanted out of this was, hopefully if someone hears it, they are inspired to by anything we may have said. So I thank you so much for joining us. And listeners, okay, so even if you listen to us overseas, because we over there, okay, you be inspired by us as well. And as usual, y'all, we gonna go like, subscribe, follow, but listen, as usual, just remember to enjoy the ride that is insane
rhetoric.
Woo! We out of here.
All right.